What's up, everyone? Welcome to 1 hour of me destroying Grandmasters with Hydralisks. This is going to be my new series where I can highlight one unit that is really popular at the moment. Obviously, I decided to start with the Hydralisk because I've been having so much fun with it. I could be doing battle cruises after as well, or, well, hopefully you guys aren't going to make me play something like Medivacs or whatever. But let's begin. First game of the day is going to be against Anthony, a 5-1 Terran player. We've definitely played against him a couple times at this point. Now, I am actually playing on my highest Zerg MMR account. So this is the account that I normally used to play Zerg on. I wanted to use a slightly lower account to, give me a better chance of winning with just Hydralisk strategies. But I thought it'd be fun if I really played in like the middle of Grandmaster. Also, it saves me a lot of time because if I play on like a low Grandmaster account, there's a pretty big chance that I queue players that are like too low MMR for my taste for this kind of challenge. So it is what it is. Now this account, I just checked, it finished almost exactly top 100 GM last season. I think I was ranked 98, so definitely a pretty good rank to start this challenge with. Now just to clarify, guys, this is not going to be like my single unit challenges where I'm literally only allowed to make Hydralisks. What I want to do is I just want to do strategies that, revolve around Hydralisks. So I'm not necessarily gonna, not make Zerglings at all or something like that. I just want to do different strategies where I definitely make Hydralisks. I mean, that's obviously the one thing I do have to do. But I could go for, like, let's say a Hydra mass drop early on. I could go for... Let's say I could... Actually, one strategy that I really wanted to try, but I'm not quite sure if I'm good enough to execute it, is to just go for a normal 3-hatch setup against Terran, and then try to hit like a massive Hydra timing from 60 drones. Kind of the timing that pro players would normally do with Roaches. But I wanted to do it with Hydras. Now, I'm not going to do that this game. I think this game I'm just going to go for a very fast Hydra drop rush. Maybe like 5 overlords, like 100 supply kind of thing. I could go for a Ling drop as well to start it off in typical, uThermal Zerg fashion. It's not the best strategy against Terran typically, but I guess we'll have to see. Now, you know what I'm wondering about? Since the Terrans are so often playing Cyclones, is a Hydralisk strategy going to be terrible or amazing against that? Because on one hand, I can see it be absolutely fantastic where the Cyclones just can't get a lock on because the Hydras have too much range and they just die because the Cyclone range is very small these days. On the other hand, if they can't just make too many of them and they just overpower me, then, I could also see that. So I guess we'll find out. Now, there's no expansion here, which is already going to be a little bit suspicious. I suppose he might be going for a expansion on the high ground. In fact, I think that's the most likely right now. I could think that he's one base all-inning me, which would be... Well, actually, he did SCV scout, right? So that's very unlikely. But I also don't think one base all-ins as Terran are, particularly scary. Don't want to sound overconfident here, of course, but I don't think they're particularly scary. I think he just expanded on the high ground instead. Which you probably don't have to do against my opener. Or do you, actually? When does speed finish? Speed finish at... No, well... It's kind of hard to tell. Okay, I'll just give you guys this tip. If you see the Zerg natural is too late, it's better to cancel your CC. And I really mean like way too late. I don't mean a little bit too late. If it's way too late, you can cancel your CC, build it on the high ground, and then you're automatically in a fine position. The reason why I don't like that he did it is because my build specifically, you don't have to. That's an important distinction to make, right? Like it's still smart. He's still fine, but he didn't have to. So he would have been further ahead if he didn't. That's what I'm trying to get at. And obviously, we are playing against a Grandmaster level Terran. Now, oh, I saw 2 Hellions. I might be able to catch those because they were right here. Let's see. Can I find them? Did he move them to the side? Am I supposed to run after him? I mean, maybe I will. I don't know where the Hellions are now. Okay, so there's obviously the factory on the reactor. I would be kind of upset if he just ran into my base and started killing myself. Okay, so there's a second factory. This is the game that I was very curious about because he's going to make mass Cyclones. He could be making Blue Flame as well. That would actually be worse than Cyclones because Blue Flame Hellions against Hydras, guys, if you're a Zerg player, you'd want to close your eyes on that one. Trust me. Now, I'm making a lot of drones. You could say this is greedy, and you might be right, but I think for me to make something as expensive as Hydras, I do need, a lot of drones. I can't really just start making them out of nowhere. I think I'll make a couple here, and then I'll start redroning up. I mean, my opponent has a relatively bad economy. Like, it's not awful, but it's relatively bad. Okay, there we go. There's the mass Cyclone. I can probably get away with this barely. Oh my god, it actually worked. There we go. Now, I want 44 workers because that's perfect saturation. Then I can just start making hydras like crazy. I do need to start building them ASAP because if those couple cyclones run into my base and I only have 3, we will die. I mean, I'm definitely playing this a little risky. That's also why I'm moving out with these Zerglings. These Zerglings are going to be able to run into his base and pull his cyclones back when he attacks me. That's the plan. Oh, he's still at home with everything. Oh, okay, that's perfect then. Yeah, then I don't really have to worry about anything. Now, what I am worried about is that it's going to be really hard to send a big drop out when my opponent is chilling in his natural. Or not even if he's chilling in his natural. If he just has a million cyclones. What the hell am I gonna do with my overlords, right? There's a 3rd command center building there. I scouted that on accident, to be honest, but I'll take it. Not gonna complain about that. Let's see, is he still at home? He's still at home. I'm not quite sure if he's scared. Like, I mean, I feel like if you do a build like that, you should be moving out, right? I'm not quite sure if he's just expecting me to be more all-in than I am. Or, well, realistically, I am pretty all-in, but I think I'm all-in in a different capacity than he thinks I am. Man, this is getting really confusing to explain. I think you guys know what I mean, right? I feel like he's thinking in the category of like a super early Ravager all-in or something, you know? He's not expecting like a high-tech build like mass Hydras to come out. I think he's thinking about like a freaking Ravager Link Flood or something. So, yeah, I mean, I guess we're gonna... this is a really weird one. I feel like if you think about it, we are doing the same build, but with different races, right? Because, I mean, he's going like, he's stacking up just a little bit and making a bunch of cyclones. Here we go. I got a lot of hydras. He's probably going to be very surprised seeing this. I need to handle this very, very well. I think I'm going to try to counterattack with these Zerglings. I think I should start making more drones again as well. Like, could I really hit like just an absolutely massive Hydra timing? Like, let's say I get up to... well, maybe like 63 drones, because I only need 1 gas. It's 22 per base. So if you want full saturation on 3 bases, then you're going to have 66 workers. But I don't think I need every single gas. That's the thing. I think I should be fine having just 1 gas. So this is actually a pretty nice trade here. We're getting some small units for free. He had to come back all the way, which is really nice. And now... yeah, I'm going to transfer these drones over. I think I am going to go for the 66 workers. I'm also going to move out a little bit just to... you know, maybe put on some pressure, maybe make him a little scared, make him spam more units before adding extra factories, that kind of thing. It's also a little risky because if he's waiting up a ramp with mass cyclone, we're not going to be happy. Okay, so I'm going to make 5 more drones. Oh, these are actually misrallied a little bit here. There we go. Let's put those over here. 5 more drones. Some people get confused, so I'm just going to repeat it. I've said it before, but you can see the worker count by just hovering over the top right here. You see it shows me the army supply and the worker supply. It's not like I just magically count my workers very fast. Like you can just see it right there. I have 63 now. As you can see, that is perfect saturation until one of these patches mines out. And now I kind of want to take like a fake 4th base as well. But I also don't want to spend any money on something I don't have to. Like, I want to try... this is the kind of timing I wanted to hit when I thought of this show. Like, just a massive Hydra timing on 3 bases, especially if you're going up against siege tanks. If you get, like, a really good split, it could totally pay off. Okay, so he's going for tanks. That's actually a pretty good read. I mean, it's not really going to... well... I could still go... you know, that's actually a pretty good idea. Normally, I have to question myself before executing my DS, but this is really not crazy, I think. Well, I mean, it is kind of crazy because he has a lot of cyclists to control the map. But if I pull it off, it's a really good idea. Because I've noticed before, if you get a big drop-off against cyclones, that's just the single best thing you can do. Because cyclones cannot kite. That's the only thing that really stands out about the cyclone. Like, they're not particularly good stats-wise or something like that. But they can kite very well. They can kite you over the entire map, right? So if you get the drop in their main base, that is super, super scary for them. Yo, this could be... a really, really cool timing. I do think I should probably go for a 4th base now because my main base is starting to mine out a little bit. I showed him the Hydras at the front, which is very important because then he's gonna, you know, back himself up into a defensive position. Might not have spotters for these Overlords. I mean, it's only 9 minutes and I'm basically maxed on the Hydras. And I didn't even open, like, particularly economically, right? Like, I opened with a very fast lair and a very fast link speed because I was planning to hit a timing earlier. But still, this seems like quite the build, I have to say. I am on 0-0, of course. Keep that in mind. Like, this is not a, you know, a perfectly executed macro strategy here because I don't have a single upgrade. Don't even have evolution chambers inside. But here we go. Oh, I'm so excited to see how this is going to work. Well, I hope it works out well, because else it's not going to be as exciting, I'm afraid. Okay, so these are just going to keep the entire main hostage. Going to be able to kill this tank as well. Probably the next one too. And now I'm going to attack at the front. Exactly. The Cyclones are gone. And now I'm going to kill all the tanks. Hydras are not armored, so they don't take that much damage from the... Look how many freaking Hydras I have. It is so many Hydras. Even these in the... Oh, wait, maybe I can even micro these. Is there enough Cyclones to kill the Overlords? Maybe. Gonna be able to kill that base as well. I think I killed these Hellions, but to be honest, I don't even know if I did. But that move worked out perfectly. Now, I do think I have to go for some more evolution chambers, because otherwise, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to transition properly. I mean, I still have 180 supply of freaking Hydras. I killed this third, which is obviously quite important. Now, I could go in again. Okay, this is maybe a little bit too crazy. Oh, let me run away from those real fast. This is maybe a little bit too crazy, the fact that I'm sending those freaking red and yellow HP Overlords in again. I do have 116 supply of pure Hydras, by the way, which is freaking crazy. Let me try to saturate this base over here. I'm gonna. I would like to do like a multi-prong drop as well. It looks like he's going for a big attack. So maybe a counter attack is the right choice here. I'm gonna split those up in case he's sieging on the high ground. Guess I will start my upgrades. This game is not currently looking like it's gonna get to the stage where I need upgrades. But oh yeah, never mind that. It's not looking at the stage where it's gonna go there. But I guess we'll see. And maybe I can drop here. I don't know if he has defense over here. Yeah, he did retake that base. That's what I expected. There we go. If he's unsieging right now... Wait, these things kill it so fast. I'm actually going to kill that, I think. Look at that. Oh my god, the speed on those. That is insane. I can even kill these Cyclones from the low ground. Oh my god, guys. This is going so freaking well here. And now I can actually elevate it. Oh, no, this Thors. Well, I probably could have killed those. Maybe it's a better idea to go for like a little bit of a drop on top of the tanks. Like, I think the tanks are somewhere here. All right, I saw them before. Did he retreat with everything? Maybe he did. I feel like he wouldn't have. Okay, so he's over there. Then I'm gonna... I need to... No. I need to plan this very carefully. Let's go for a really big surround here. Let's get these over here as well. He does have a couple Thors, so dropping on top of these is going to be a little more challenging. I think I'm just going to leave it at those Hydras for the drop. Let's see. These Hydras are going to do perfectly fine. Oh, it's going to be a really nice drop, actually. Check this out. Okay, on top of the tanks, plus an absolutely massive surround. Keep in mind, I don't have upgrades, but oh my goodness. There's so many freaking Hydras coming from everywhere. I don't think he has a third base, guys. So these Hydras are most likely going to do the trick. I still have 60 workers, and I have this base on the right side. Very, very happy that I decided to take that now. Now, keep in mind, I did start my upgrade, so I am going to get 1-1 at some point, which is great. Now, wait, he had 2 Thors. Thors are not the best units ever against Hydras, but I'm not quite sure if I want to be dropping on top of those into the main base. He doesn't have... Well, he does have stuff there. Let's see. I think we should go for the drop, mostly just to keep him busy. I feel like it's just a really good tactic to make sure he doesn't get to move out across the map, especially because I just made... what is that? Maybe like 15 more drones or so. I'm not quite sure how many I made, but I made a lot more drones. So I could also go for Vipers, by the way. Vipers would be the sensible choice here. But the truth is, I'm also having a fantastic time just making mass Hydras with mass drops and nothing else, really. So I think I might just continue doing that. I have killed this entire army. I killed 2 third bases, which means that I think he's probably about... Wait, I'm just going to go past. I think he's probably about to finish the next third base if I had to guess. All right, here we go. The drop is into the main base again, and this is going to be really, really good here. I can kill this base as well, by the way. Now I'm going to be able to kill the main base. Oh my god, it's going to die so fast. Look at that, guys. It's freaking beautiful. Maybe I can even cancel the next one. Oh, there's Hellbats here, and Hellbats are good against Hydras, but they are in a very unfortunate choke for him. I killed most of those already, and now... I think this is barely good enough. Yeah, I'm going to try to attack these tanks over here. I'm also going to flank him with the Hydras from the high ground. Look at this. I'm going to take care of all of those tanks and Thors, and then I'm going to back off. He is making a lot of command centers. I don't think it would have been that crazy of an idea to add a couple Zerglings throughout this game to kind of just check the corners of the map more than anything else. Maybe I could add a couple more drones would be okay. Let's see, just make sure this is saturated. Gonna make another base pretty much for the same reason as why I took that 4th base initially. Just in case we're gonna go to the macro game, you know. It's probably not gonna happen, but just in case. Let's see, I did get a couple Zerglings, yeah. I'll just shift click those throughout the map. Keep my Hydras at the front to keep pressure. Okay, guys, here we go. I know you guys like to see it, so here we go. I'll put a Creep Tumor. Because I didn't inject perfectly with this one, I'm going to be able to put a creep through me. Here we go. We're spreading creep, guys. I'm a real Zerg now. You guys happy? There we go. I'm actually going to make these into an overseer because it's too low HP anyway. I think I'm just going to keep up with the drops into the main base because every time I do, it just kind of pops off, right? And let's go for 2-2, I suppose. You know, it's always funny that sometimes I do these strategies and they look good. And it just, I don't know, it just sparks something in me. Like, it just feels awesome. Like, I do this strategy and it legitimately looks like it's a good choice against Mech because it's been so hard for him to take care of these drops and these Hydras going everywhere. Let me make sure. I think he might be retaking this one as well at the same time. Did he make turrets yet? He has a couple side. Oh, that's more than a couple side. Never mind. Okay, I thought it was just going to be the 2 or maybe 3, but it was a couple more than that. So, well, I think maybe we could have won that trade, to be honest, but I also don't want to risk it that hard, right? Especially because I'm going to be getting Vipers on the way and stuff like that soon. Now I, have some time and just might as well spread some creep a little further. I do like the idea of going for like a big bomb on top of the tanks. Like, that is really not that crazy. It is a lot of tanks, I have to admit. Like, I think I'm going to go for it, though. Here we go. Call me insane, guys, but it's time. The ultimate carpet bomb. Here we go. On top of the tanks. Let's see. Oh my god, the splash damage on the own tanks. Look at that. The tanks are just not that efficient. Oh my goodness, that was a wash. Holy cow. We just... Oh my god, look at the units lost. That's a 25 difference. That's like the most even units lost I've ever seen, probably. 20,400 against 20,425. But this fight... Okay, there's probably a couple Zergs that are like, oh man... Tank clans are unbreakable, you know? We're gonna need Vipers for this, for like mass Zerglings. This was absolute destruction. He had +2 attack as well, but if you drop on top of tanks, I imagine, yeah, all the Cyclones are here. There's no Thors left. Good choice by him, by the way. Didn't really like the Thors. But just dropping on top here, the tanks don't really get the splash damage because they're shooting single, a Hydralisk coming out of the Overlord, so the splash damage is negated. If they do splash damage, they shoot their own tanks, so you notice how he's unsieging for that reason, by the way, so he doesn't kill his own tanks. And this was just an absolute wash. By the way, I just want to show this one more time. Look how many Hydras we have. I had 57 Hydralisks here. 57 Hydras. That might be some kind of a record. I don't know who the hell makes 57 Hydras, but we just beat a Grandmaster there in doing so. Let's go for the next game. All right, game number 2 is against a Zerg player. All right, so there you can see my MMR is almost 5.5k, so definitely well into mid-Grandmaster. My opponent here, I think barely not Grandmaster MMR. It kind of depends on the time of the season. Early on in the season, he would definitely be Grandmaster with that MMR. Later on, as more people start getting promoted and competition rises, probably not. But it's good enough for me. Now, what strategy am I going to do against a Zerg? That's the question with Hydralisk. That is really not going to be an easy one. The best strategy I had against Zerg with Hydras was when I played on a map. What's that map called? Radusat Station. If you guys don't know what that means, that's fine. It's basically a map where it is really, really, really easy to go for a 3-base setup. Like, your third base is... Imagine if there was like a secret path here, there's a third base here that you can take for free, right? So it's very common for Zergs to just play a little greedy on that map, go for like fast Mutalisks. And then I did a Hydralisk drop, which was just absolutely freaking killer. Like, it was absolutely beautiful. So I don't think we can do that strategy here, but we are going to have to try something similar. Else this game, would not be in this video. And I would also not be me, right? So if I wouldn't try the craziest stuff. Now, there must be some good strategies with Hydras against Zerg. I mean, you can use Hydras in a macro game if you're going up against Mutas, but that kind of game for me... Like I said, it's not a Hydralisk only challenge, right? Like, I'm allowed to make other stuff like Vipers in the last game or whatever, right? But playing a normal ZVZ macro game with Mass Roach Ravager after Ling Bane to go into Hydras if I really have to, that doesn't really sound to me like it belongs in this challenge, right? So I want to do something a little more Hydra-centric. Now, what am I scared of, per se? I feel like if you go for Hydras, you have to be scared of a Roach timing attack. If I get into the macro game, well, I could technically play a Hydra Ling. Yeah, I think I have a decent idea. Okay, I'm going to try that one. I always need to fine-tune my brain a little bit to come up with a good strategy, but there is a point where I have to decide. Like, I can't keep thinking about it forever, right? There is a point where I have to decide. So that point is now. What I thought is I could go for +1. Oh, that's a slightly late hatchery, actually. What does that even mean? That is a weird hatchery timing for a ZVZ. I wonder if this is one of those fakes. That's my first bet. I want to say that this is one of those fakes. So let me explain you guys the strategy that I thought of first, right? The strategy that I just thought of was to go for an evolution chamber, make +1 melee Zerglings, +1 armor, which makes them a bit better against Banelings, right? And then go into Hydra Ling against roaches. So the Lings surround, and the Hydras provide their beautiful glass cannon DPS. That was the plan I had. I think it could work. Now I need a little bit more creep here. I have a feeling this is a Link flood. I don't know. He has a spine? Wait, I'm incredibly confused. Did I do anything cheesy? I played Hatch first. Like, I'm sorry, guys, but why is the spine there? What did I do? I don't think I did anything that is, like, even a little suspicious. I went Hatch first, and then I made 2 Zerglings to scout him. And now I made... Okay, well... I mean, I guess we'll see. So he's gonna go for a double Evo chamber. He has 3 queens. Yeah, this looks to me like it's a gasless build. I did send too few overlords to his side of the map. But I don't think it's the biggest deal ever. Because I'm gonna go for Hydraling anyway. What that means is that no matter whether he goes Mutas or Roaches, it's... You know, I'm gonna make the same thing, so it doesn't really matter. Now, since he's walling that off complete, like, he's playing super scared. I really don't know why. Like, I know I'm not the best Zerg player ever, but this is really not the weirdest thing he's ever seen. I can guarantee you guys that. But that's why I'm looking for hidden expansions, because otherwise I really don't know why he's, you know, bunkering up so hard. I even have a 3rd base building. I want to guess that it's probably Hydralisks, but I don't think I'm good enough at, you know, reading crazy ZVZ strats yet. Now, I do want to make a decent amount of Zerglings. I don't want to overdo it, but I want to make a decent amount. If anything, to scare him. Let's see. So that Evo chamber is producing something. Very often, that's a fake. So you don't want to read into it that much. It's just a little tip I can give you guys. That Evo chamber is making an upgrade, which you could think. Like, why is he so scared? I'm actually shocked. There's another spine building, guys. It's a full wall, and there's another spine. Guys, I know ZVZ is super cheesy, all right? And I want to know what the hell the last person did against this guy. Okay, because it must have been something freaking crazy, okay? I really want to know what the last person did against this guy. So I'm going to go for... Is that the only... Okay, it looks like it. I'm not quite sure if I want creep. I guess I do want creep if it's going up against Mutas. I'm going to make a couple spores. I mean, if my opponent's being that scared, that in turn gives me the freedom with my money to also be that scared. Does that make any sense? I think you get it. I mean, he's... More spines. Okay, no. Okay, the guys... This is something else, okay? He's doing a freaking ultra rush or something. Like, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. Like, why, right? I think the only thing that he could be doing is something so absurd that he needs to be that defensive. So I want to say... I'm going up to 55 drones for absolutely no reason, by the way. I have no reason to be that greedy. I want to say this is Ultralisks or Lurkers. Lurkers makes a lot more sense than GVZ, but is built so far that there's how many spines is that? 5. He has 5 spines. Okay, fine. I'll make an overshare. I mean, I don't have to be scouting because the truth is I have Hydraling, which is fine against everything, besides maybe Ultralisks and Lurkers, but it's fine against everything, right? But I just have to know. Like, I need to know what the hell is going on here, guys. I can't go on living like this any further. I'm even making more drones now just because I am the most confused I've ever been. I get confused a lot, but this is probably the most confused I've ever been. Like, literally. I don't think I've ever been this confused in a YouTube episode yet. Like, oh my goodness. Okay, I guess I'll show him my Hydras. Maybe then he's gonna cancel the spines. I don't know. Okay, so he's sending out another Overlord there. I also haven't seen an Overlord for, like, a Nidus. Okay. Guess we'll just kill this as well. Yeah, okay. Lurkers, right? Okay, who's with me? Raise your hand if you think it's Lurkers. I'm feeding the Lurkers. Just because Ultras is maybe, like... That sounds like something only I would do. Okay, there's another spine. Here we go, baby. Yeah, it is. Wait, yeah, it is Lurkers. Hey, I got it. Okay, well... Highly interesting. So what he's going to do is probably just try to burrow Lurkers in all my bases. If I would have to guess, I got 3 Hydras over here to deny the Nidus. I guess now all I have to do is just find the Nidus, and that's pretty much it. I do think it's going to be pretty tough for freaking Hydras to beat Lurkers, by the way. So maybe I should be... Oh, there's a Nidus up there and up here. Oh, I can't reach that with those, I think, right? Oh, no, they actually do not reach it. Oh, that kind of sucks for me here. Well, I do have enough Hydras over here, probably. That's going to die. This one's going to die as well. It is really cool that he's going for a double Nidus, by the way. Like, it's not just a single Nidus. That would be a little too easy to counter. So he's actually going to go for the double Nidus, which is pretty cool. I mean, I'm pretty on top of things. Oh, I'm even going to find that one, which is really nice. Wait, I thought I heard a Nidus, but I don't see it. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to patrol these over here. I got really good vision right now, by the way. I mean, I can just patrol my units all over the map, and I should be able to find every single Nidus. I feel like I should respond by doing a massive drop in his base. Like, the thing is, guys, I know it's really ridiculous what he's doing, but Lurkers still beat Hydra. So if I'm only going to make Hydras from this point on, Hydra Link, because that's my strat, I might lose in like 5 minutes when he has 500 Lurkers. Right. Let's see. Did he kill his wall yet? He's still... Oh my god, it's even worse finds now. All right. Well, I want... Okay, let's see. I want a bunch of Hydras in this Overlord. I'm just going to F2 over here and just click a couple of Hydras back. I want to kind of make something happen here. Here we go. I'm gonna... Should I put some links in there? Yeah, I'll put some links as well, because why the hell not? Okay, there we go. I would be kind of surprised if he's not going for a hidden expansion at some point. Like, doesn't this just seem really logical to go for a hidden expansion with this kind of strategy? I mean, I would have scouted it, sure, but still. Now, I wonder if this guy is inspired by me, by the way. If you're watching the videos, what's up, buddy? Because this just seems like a Mark strategy, right? This guy is just playing like me. All right. I think I'm going to make an infestation pit just so I can make Vipers at some point. And he's out! He escaped out of his cage. All right, let's set some Overseers, I suppose. These are going to go into the main. Guess I'll make that one into an Overseer as well. God, it's going to be so painful to attack into Lurkers. I can tell you guys that much. Yeah, let's send a couple more units to the front. I don't know how many Lurkers he's going to have exactly. I guess we're going to find that out soon enough. He even has spores against the drops. That's freaking crazy. Okay, let's see. What do we have over here, good sir? I have a couple Overseers at the front as well. All right, here we go. It's a big Hydra drop into the main base. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a lot. Let's see. Okay, that is a lot of Lurkers. Yeah, I feel like he's trying to play like the quote-unquote perfect ZVZ style, where he's just like, Lurkers technically have no counter. Lurker Viper, to be precise, has no counter in ZVZ. So it kind of feels like that's what he's going for. He's trying to play like the perfect ZVZ. Yeah, exactly. He has a hive already. I mean, it's a pretty cool strategy, to be honest. Let's see. Can I push through here as well? Doesn't really... Oh, he didn't leave any Lurkers behind. That's definitely a little bit of a mistake there. Oh, man, I'm actually just breaking through everything. I mean, I am still... Wait, he killed my Overseer. That sucks. I am still maxed. I know it is just, you know, Hydras against Lurker Viper, quite literally, but still, I am maxed. Maybe if I can kill the Queens, that'd be really nice. Okay. Oh, there's 2 spores there. Obviously, how could I forget about the main base spores, guys? That's my bad. I should have seen those coming. It's unfortunate by me. All right. Well, I suppose the next strategy is to just try and get an absolutely gargantuan surround. I am really... I'm straight up scared of this fight. I'm not going to lie. Like, I actually think the amount of Lurkers that he has with upgrades, it's really not going to be easy for me here. I also am supply block, so I don't know... Why did he... Okay. I mean, I guess I'll take that. Doesn't seem like the best way to spend your Viper energy, to be honest. Okay, here we go. I'm in. We're gonna give it a shot, guys. Oh my god, that's a lot of freaking Lurkers. I mean, if I get a good enough surround... I mean, the splits so far are pretty good. The transfusions were also pretty disgusting, though, from the Queens. I think... Oh, no. Wait, he barely targeted the last Overseer. Oh, man. I think we were probably gonna break through there. I mean, it wouldn't be close enough, but we were almost gonna break through. Did I make an extra Queen? I did make an extra Queen. Should I make some drones, guys? Fine, we'll make some drones. I think more importantly than anything else is just literally that I get my own Vipers. If I get my own Vipers, we're probably going to be pretty happy. You know, oh wait, that's actually a cool strategy. If I go for like adrenal gland ling drops, I think that would be a very cool strategy. I'm going to start making some spores at the front as well, just in case he somehow gets like a really killer run by. Oh, there's... Yeah, I probably need to be careful for that, huh? I just want to make Vipers. How much do they cost? I always forget about those. 200. Okay. Wait, this seems like a pretty decent start of the fight for me, though. Yeah, these Hydras are super split. He is gonna kill a bunch of them. Can I get that Lurker? Okay, I do get that Lurker. I'm gonna make one more Viper. I mean, I have enough... Oh, no, he's going a little bit too far, I think. Maybe he didn't expect me to have Hydralisks that many. Okay, it's gonna be very close here. I think we're doing a decent job. Are we going to be able to kill most of those? Okay, he has 4 lurkers left. Oh, okay, we are going to clean it up. Oh my freaking goodness. He does have a couple more units though, but I think with the amount of units I have, the Vipers come online as well. There we go. We have done it. And this actually got scarily close. I was telling you guys, I'm going to be freaking devastated, man. If he attacks me with the lurkers, if we ever get the lurkers going against the Hydras, I'm pretty sure. Let's look at the supply lab. Oh my god. Look at the supply here. It's 92 against 175, and I still almost lost everything. I had almost 40 Hydras here. He did have better upgrades than me, I believe, right? Yeah, I only had the +1 armor. He had +2 attack. So he did have better upgrades, but that's double the supply. And I'm not talking about 4 against 8 supply, right? It's 92 against 175, and he almost did it with his lurker attack. Like, I knew this one was going to be scary. I do think this is a pretty cool strategy. I don't think it's realistically that great because you can just make 80 drones and get your own lurkers up, right? But 2-base lurker Viper, I mean, technically it's an unstoppable composition. Maybe if we didn't go so freaking crazy on making 6 spines and actually had a bit of an economy earlier, or maybe combined with a hidden expansion, like I said, could have been great. For now, let's go to game number 3. We're playing as TC Ultimate, a 5-5 Protoss player. All right. Now, just to explain, guys, if you're wondering about the Masters borders, I've talked about it before, but this time it's even double. So, first of all, to get into Grandmaster, there's always a game requirement. Like, this is something people get, you know, it's very funny when I stream, and sometimes I'm not Grandmaster, and they're like, I thought you were good, you know, something like that. But the thing is, if you don't have enough games in the last 3 weeks, it literally doesn't matter if you're rank 1 in the world, you're not going to be in Grandmaster. Like, you need to have enough games on that specific account in the last couple of weeks. Which I usually don't have because I have all these different accounts with different challenges, right? But in this case, it's a new season and Grandmaster doesn't even open for a week in the new season. So there's literally no Grandmaster now. It doesn't matter if you're a 5-time world champion or a bronze player. You're equally, you know, going to be promoted to Grandmaster. I guess sounds a bit dumb to put it that way, but you guys know what I mean. Now, I'm playing as TC Ultimate. I do have some cool Hydra strats against Protoss, but they... Oh, that's actually a pretty early scout. They do all have to hit quite early. Protoss has a couple units that are just insane against Hydras. The best one has to be the Colossus, I think. Colossus, if you see that when you're doing a Hydra all-in, you're gonna be a little sad because that thing is so good against Hydras. If it's like late game and they have Storm, that's also gonna be really good. I still don't think Storm is as good as Colossi, but Storm will definitely do the trick. And then there's like a couple units that are just very specialized against Hydras. Like, it's a bit counterintuitive sometimes, but Hydras are light despite being a little higher up the tech chain. So they do die to things like Adepts and Phoenixes. And in TVZ, I always tell you guys I'm really afraid of Hellions. It's really funny. It was a long time ago, I think. Probably 2017, I think, when I started playing mech for the first time. That's another really funny story that I want to tell you guys, by the way, but that's probably for later. Might have to remind me. But I started playing mech for the first time against Zerg, and people were really struggling with playing mech. Like, you always kind of had a divide between bio players and mech players, and the mech players were really not having a good time against Zerg, and the Zergs were always playing Hydraling Baneling back then. Hydraling Baneling was the way to play against both Protoss and Terran, I'm pretty sure. And then I found out that just keeping your Hellbats, because people would always use them at Hellbats as pure Hellions, and just save them instead of constantly using them for economic damage. At the moment you get like 20 of them, you could literally just hunt down the Hydras, you know, with your Hellions. And it looks very silly, but you could actually just hunt down the Hydras with your Hellions and they would just die, and then that was just a new era for mech, where for some reason mech was good against Zerg now, just because we could hunt down Hydras with our Hellions. And then I think Zerg players adapted, they morphed a couple more Banelings, and maybe at some point they even moved away from using the Hydra as their main unit, probably moved on to like the Ravager, which makes a lot more sense to begin with, to be honest. Like, Ravagers are fantastic against mech with their corrosive bio. But all right, let's see. I'm going to go for a link drop first, and then I'm going to go into Hydras. This strategy, I feel like it either works perfectly or it doesn't work at all, and it mostly, you know, depends on how good the opponent is and how well they react. I did this strategy against the third best Protoss player in Europe in a tournament. I want to say like was that like a week ago or a little bit more than a week ago, and he absolutely crushed the link drop. Like, not just beat it, like he absolutely crushed it. So yeah, that kind of brought me back down to earth a little bit. You know, I was thinking, okay, link drops, it's going to be the new meta, blah 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 blah. I don't think I you know, really thoroughly believe that. But, you know, there was a chance that it was going to be an absolutely fantastic build. But then I still have some work to be done. I do think I made a really good improvement, by the way. Like, if I play against the highest level players, I think it's really good to split these two overlords and drop one in each mineral line. And that way it's way more powerful. Our opponent seems to have absolutely no idea that this is going on, by the way. So this might just be like the best start ever. He's going to start running away now. Let's see if he's going to do the micro. He's doing pretty decent micro, but not the best because his Zerglings or his probes are on the outside here. Yeah, he's taking too much damage. He is doing the right type of micro, but he didn't execute it properly. And he lost a lot of workers. That's a really good start for us here. Now, let's see. Do I want to fly away instantly? I think I want to drone up a little more. Okay, so I got a couple of Zerglings in the natural. I can probably fly these over as well. I don't think I want to lose or run these over. I don't think I want to be losing the overlords. Oh, he's going to lose even more probes. There we go. I got 2 more. Like, the thing is, I want to keep him distracted for as long as possible that I can get as many Hydras out as possible. Because if he attacks me now, I don't want to be spending... Oh, I can actually get out. No way. He's going to let... Hey, wait. I'm going to get out and drop in his main again. This is actually perfect distraction. I feel like everything that's happened so far in this game is just an absolutely perfect distraction for me. Look at this. I escaped through his wall. And then, no, okay, he was ready for it. Oh, that would have been so freaking funny if he did. Oh, okay, well, I mean, I still really love the idea, though. Like, we're not going to be sad about that, but that would have been freaking hilarious. So, all right, the first part of this strategy was definitely a success. Right? Like, no one is going to pretend that that was not good enough for a link drop. Like, even if I was playing against the best Protoss player in the world, I would think that's enough damage. Like, whichever Zerg player this is, even if it's me, we are technically ahead. Against the best Protoss player in the world, I don't think that means I'd be able to win the game in the end, but, you know, I would still be ahead, technically. So that's all that matters. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for Overlord speed, because I want to end this game with a big Hydralisk drop. I think it's just the best way to go about it. I think I'm going to drop here. I feel like it's barely... Well, he does have a battery. I'm not quite sure if I like dropping when there's already a battery out. It was a Twilight Council, right? Yeah, it is a Twilight Council. I'm just going to make an Overseer then in case. I do have to be really afraid of Glaives, by the way. Like, Glaive Adepts are going to be really strong. Yeah, this is... Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, at least I got them at the right timing. That's a perfectly timed Overseer for me, which is really nice. Let's see, there's no DTs here. I guess I'll just morph another Overseer. And then I'm going to go clean up those DTs. I'm going to resaturate this. Didn't actually lose that many drones, so that is nice. I have no... Where did it go? Oh, it's over there. I saw it, right? That is... Yeah, okay. I thought I was crazy for a second, but I did see it. So there we go. All right. So we're going to clean up both DTs. And yeah, I mean, I feel like I really lost the minimum amount of workers. I did lose the Queen, I suppose. So I'm going to have to make that again. But it was good enough, really. Like, that really could have been a lot worse. Oh, here's the Queen. How the hell did you get there? Oh, well, I guess since it's going to take me a long time to get back, I might as well do some creep spreading. You know, one of my favorite hobbies. I mean, I love spreading creep when I play Zerg. That's why I always do it. It's my absolute favorite, guys. What can I say? Was that a drone? Did it just say drone under attack? Why the hell were you there? Or did it say something else? That would be very weird if that said drone. But okay, I mean, I imagine the game doesn't lie. Right, here we go. I'm going to go for... Oh, it is actually there. Well, let me split these up. Oh, this is going to be pretty nice, actually. I'm going to be... Oh, he has DT Blink. Ooh. Okay, well, that's fancy. Probably gonna have to blink that away. Yeah, exactly. And then it's gonna die to the Queen. Wasn't planning on that, but I guess it's pretty nice. Okay. Oh, dude, I was wondering why I couldn't morph these into Dropper Lords, but it's because this one was already a Dropper Lord. Okay, let's I'm just gonna remake the drones that I lose every single time. It is not the easiest situation ever. Like, he did do a decent amount of counter damage, and it stopped my attack from occurring for a long time, which is quite problematic. He's probably going to try to blink away again. But now I'm going to kill it, because I have Overlord speed, which is very, very, very freaking fast. If you guys have never had the fun to play with speed Overseers, you really should. It's hilarious. Like, they're so fast. Like, even the normal Overlords are fast, but the Overseers... Man, they're freaking demons, let me tell you guys that. Okay, it looks like we're about to be attacked by... I'm not sure if there's probably Archons. I want to say Zealot Archon. That makes the most sense to me. There's a robot there as well. He's sending a couple units across. Let's see where they're going. Okay, they're heading up. So it could mean that he's taking this base. He does have too many gateways, though. That's what's making this a little suspicious. Okay, so it seems like he's kind of doing a... The best way I could explain this is like a defensive all-in, I suppose. Oh, no, do not walk into that natural right now, you absolute psychos. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to be able to depower those gateways. I'm going to stop his production for a good amount of time. And then I'm going to go across with... the rest of my army. Yeah, this is so nice. He's not going to be able to warp in from that at all. Let's see. I'm going to make sure to kill those batteries extra fast. Maybe this pylon could be a really nice catch, too. Yeah, he doesn't have production right now, guys. Not at all. I have enough overseers at the front, too. He's going to have to clean up one of the parties. Okay, he's going to decide to go for this top one. So then I'm just going to back off. I mean, I'm going to kill his entire main base with this. If I can just buy time, so like he doesn't get to fight the rights or get to fight anything all this time, it's gonna be perfect for us. I mean, even this is a good trade. And there we go. Absolutely crushed him there by pulling him apart. 40. Dude, it's crazy how many you can make so fast. Look at the units lost there as well. That's a ZVP, guys. And we traded 5 times efficiently. 1125 against almost 5.5k. That is freaking crazy. But how do I have 40 Hydras here? It is such an absurd number. Oh, he was playing a little... Wait, was that reactive? I think this might have been reactive, actually. Was that after? Actually, I kind of want to see that. Let's see. Was that after the drop? No, he actually kind of made it before already, right? Yeah, he was already planning to do that. Okay, so he was being a little greedy. 66 probes and a 4th base. Okay, so I guess I probably just scouted him at an unfortunate time for me. Because those gateways must have just finished. If you look at how many units he had, those gateways just finished. So I kind of scouted and I was like, okay, he's been warping from these from a while, right? He's about to attack me really hard. But instead, he was on 66 drones and making a 4th base while I was doing a mass Hydra roll. And I have 30 Hydras and he has like, what is that? Like 10 units, including 4 sentries, which don't do a lot of damage. But that's another beautiful Hydra game. We are looking very, very strong so far. Let's keep it going. And this time we got, oh, that is a high MMR Zerg player, guys. 5.6k. I really hope our freaking Hydra Link strategy pops off, because otherwise it's going to be a very difficult affair here. I mean, I would say that this has to be the hardest game yet, right? Like playing against a high MMR Zerg, and I want to do a strategy that's based on Hydras. Kind of explained it in the other ZVZ as well. I don't just want to play a normal Link Bane into Road ZVZ where I kind of have Hydras at some point. No, I really want my strategy to be based around the Hydras. If it's maybe like a Hydra and then later on making lurkers because I have to, I would say that's okay. But at least I want like a really cool Hydra strategy to begin with for like the first 8 minutes of the game or so, right? So, you know, I think actually I'm going to go for the link drop in ZVZ. Like it has paid off for us. It's always a little bit of a gamble because it shouldn't work, but it kind of does. But what it does do is it gives us a fast lair. So we can get Hydras out in time to maybe defend against some kind of, I don't know, roach attack. +1 speed roach, something like that. Pretty common builds. I'm just going to send the second Overlord over here. Now, in ZVZ, I always have to keep in mind that everyone is so cheesy that most of the time my plans don't ever come to fruition because one of us is going to die before we get there. It doesn't necessarily have to be me, because maybe I defend the cheese. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do. And one of us dies and it'll be like 3 minutes, 14 seconds in game. And I'm like, okay, well, I just spent, 3 minutes and 14 seconds turning my brain to come up with the perfect strategy. And then I get 12 to link flooded. It happens. Yeah, okay, there you go. Just like, it's ZVZ, it's a different beast, guys. That's all I can say. It's a freaking different beast. I do think my build is really bad against this, by the way. Normally, pull first, I would say is pretty decent. But the thing is, with this one, I don't have enough links. Like, I don't have enough eggs to make anything with. Like, I'm going to have a queen, which is actually... I think I'm going to do an extractor trick. Just so I can make that extra link before the Overlord pops. I feel like that could be pretty important. But this base always dies. That's the thing. The base is always going to die. And that's what makes this a pretty rough build order here. He's expanding behind it, I can see. So that is... He also has a lot of freaking Zerglings, I have to say. That is more than just a couple Zerg. I like how that's still alive, by the way. Okay, so now he's entering the main base. I think with the queen, we should probably be fine, though. Right? Yeah, with the queen, we are going to be fine. Oh, that was a really bad link pop out there. Oh, that was not... Took so much freaking damage on those. Yeah, I do want to make sure that this drone stays available, right, for a hatchery. Do I have enough here? I think now I do have enough. It's a little risky by me to go out here, but I think I do have enough. The links are out of position. He's going to try to kill it. Okay, this is pretty nice, I think, because he's going to get the queen, but he will lose. Wait, can I micro it? No way! It's alive! He could have killed... He can still kill it. I need to be so careful. Wait, can I... I'm going to try to make a wall. Is this enough of a wall? Wait, where did the Zerglings even go? I like how he tried to hide those, even though I could literally see them. Look, I'm making a wall for my queen. I really hope that actually works. That'd be so funny. Okay, there we go. How is that queen alive? That is so funny. Okay, now keep in mind, I don't have... Oh, I clicked it too far back. Okay, that does suck for us a little bit. Guess I'll just keep this one. Maybe I can also do a little bit of an elevator strategy, so it's not completely over. Like, he could just be walling off everything right now, right? I think I need more drones. Let's see. Oh, that spine is gonna die. Wait, does he have enough? Oh, the queen is gonna die instantly. That's quite fortunate for us. I mean, we also had some bad luck with our units popping out. Let's see. I can probably cage in those Zerglings. There we go. We got one of them caged in, which is nice. I think I have enough to kill the queens, to be honest. It's a little risky. I think I prefer the hatchery, actually. Yeah, I think I prefer the hatchery. I'm going to go for the hatchery, start the Hydra then. I really hope I get this. If I don't get this, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. I think we are... He doesn't have transfusions left. Come on. Yes, there we go. We got the freaking hatchery. That is massive. Going to start another queen. I want the evolution chamber as well, right? So I can go for the strategy that I wanted to do. Man, this has been... It's exactly what I was telling you guys. This is just a ZVZ. Like, There's nothing to predict. It's just this is just what you're gonna get. You're gonna have to get used to it. And now I feel like I'm ahead, but at the same time I spent all my money into making freaking Hydralisks and +1 instead of something normal. Well, my opponent probably has a Roach Warrior and +1 on the way or whatever, right? So. Like, am I winning or am I dead? I don't know. I mean, I think I should be pretty fine. There was a Zergling that was walking in there. Oh, this could be good. Okay, he's not going to scout. I was going to say, if he scouts this, it would kind of look like I'm playing Mutas, right? He has a lot of freaking creep, by the way. Here we go. With this, I can... Oh, that's a lot of links. Yeah. Okay, I need to be careful here. That's a lot of links. Okay, now he's going to see the Hydras and probably be like... That's not how you play ZVZ. But here, guys, he can't wall these out. I mean, he can try. He's not going to be able to wall these out. Oh, look at the link drop. It's going to pop off again. We already got 3 drones. Going to get a 4th one, I believe. There we go. We did get the 4th one. He's been making so many Zerglings. He definitely wants to go for some kind of an attack. You can tell that he does have a lot of money. Like, he had more drones than me all this time. And it's going to make it a little tough. Because I don't know if I should be trying to catch up. Or, yeah, okay, well, that gives me enough info. I wasn't sure if I should be trying to catch up or, you know, make more army myself. It's not the easiest decision. I did get supply block right now at a very unfortunate moment. I have 5 Hydras, but it's not enough. I mean, I'm going to be able to start more Zerglings. Let's see. Wait, does he not have Zergling speed, actually? I guess it's possible that he doesn't. I mean, there's a lot of Hydras. He needs to be careful for those. Like, I know Hydras are not the original best ZVZ unit, but they are pretty good. I got a transfuse on that. I'm going to put this one in the... Look at that Hydra. Oh my god, it's going to pop off in that little nuke over there. It's tanking so much damage just because it's hiding in a little corner. He's trying to target my Hydras, but I can just pull them back. Now let me micro these drones so I can pull those back. I do have another transfuse as well. There we go. I'm normally not the best at using transfuses, but this time I did a very good job, I think. And we do clean up his entire army, which is just perfect. I still have a lot of drones alive, and now maybe it's time for me to just spam links. Like, I got the +1 on the way. Let me make sure I get the Hydralisk range as well. I need a couple more drones. Wait, I already made some, right? Yeah, I did already make some drones, okay. Okay, so he's going to do some damage on that. I don't want him to kill my changeling right away. And now I'm just going to be starting to make some Zerglings. Let's see if I can get a decent scout. There's a lair. That kind of surprises me that he's making a lair seeing Hydras, because I would think, well, I guess he does want roach speed, right? I'm not quite sure what else he's going to do with those, but I do think he wants roach speed more than anything else. And now it would be a good timing for me to go. I'm going to make +1 attack for the Hydras, I think. He could go for a counter attack here, so I need to be careful for that. Now, this is such a weird composition. I have 70 supply, guys. It's a really small army, but then it's like it's stronger than it should be for like the time we are. I have Hydra Ling, and there's upgrades. If he has roaches, I can surround them with the Lings. That's what the Lings are for. Okay, here we go. Let's see if it's gonna work out. Okay, so you see, this is what I mean. Like, the Lings are taking the damage, and the Hydras have so much DPS, but he's not getting to shoot them because of the Lings. And now, I'm just gonna back off. I do have the speed upgrade, and he doesn't have... Wait, I can kite him? Have you guys ever seen this interaction? I can freaking kite his roaches because he doesn't have speed yet, and I have speed and range. That is very funny. I don't think I've ever seen that. Like, I'm not exaggerating. I think this might be the first time that I've ever seen this. Look at that. Oh my, that's very cool. Now, it is really hard because it's on creep. Off creep, that would be better. Oh my god, it's so cool. I'm really not sure if anyone has like seen this interaction, because in what world do you have a Hydra speed and a Hydra range against no roach speed, right? Okay, he does have Ravagers now, but now I got a couple more Zerglings on the way. Those Zerglings are going to tank for me, and I'm just going to be able to kite in. Do need to dodge the bot. These Hydras are so fast on the creep with speed. Here we go. I'm going to pull these back momentarily. Just so they can tank for me against the Ravagers later. And here we go. The Lings are blocking the Ravagers. The Hydras are going to kill all of the roaches. No GG is called. And this was yet another beautiful Hydralisk game. Guys, it's so funny that I'm playing on my main Zerg account and I'm doing Hydralisk strategies only, and we're winning so many games. Like, our MMR is actually going up. Look at the units lost again. Almost 3 times in a mirror matchup. Like, at some point, I think it was during the series where I was playing Mass Raven, we had like crazy efficiency. I think this might be the first thing that's really breaking that. Like, we keep getting absolutely disgusting units lost guard with Hydras, because they're just, I guess when you win with them, they're just so dominant. Like here, I didn't lose anything. 24 Hydras against 3. I had 4 more drones as well. I killed, I was going to say I have 1 more queen, but I probably killed this queen and a couple drones, admittedly. He did have a third hatch that I didn't, but this was yet another beautiful Hydralisk game. Let's keep it going. And we're playing against Harstem's Terran. All right, this is likely to be the last game of the episode. I'm not quite sure if we have reached an hour yet. I think we're at about 50 minutes. Hope I'm calculating this correctly. Just there's some downtime in between the games, right? Because it takes a while to queue at Grandmaster level. So I think we should be allowed about 50 minutes. So this is probably going to be the last game. And who better to have it against than our friend Harstem? Now, what am I going to do? I think... yeah, the link drop strategy is... I don't really like it that much against Terran. It sounds really dumb that I like it more against Zerg than Terran, but it is what it is. But I do just like that opener in general to go into Hydras, because I do want to attack pretty fast. So I think I'll just go for the link drop setup, and then if I see the opportunity... I think I've definitely done this strategy before and talked about it. I'm just going to go for the setup. If I see the opportunity, I'll go for the link drop strat. If... I think it's just, there's no point in doing it. I'll just go for Hydras right away. And I mean, the thing is, guys, 2 Dropper Lords are really not that expensive. I'm pretty sure it's like 25. Is it 25, 25? Yeah. It's 25, 25 to more for Dropper Lord. Like, it's really not, it's the cost of like, well, I guess a gas cost of a Hydra and 1 set of Zerglings. Not the mineral cost of the Hydra. That's a really weird way to explain it, by the way. But the gas cost of a Hydra and 1 pair of Zerglings, that's what 2 Dropper Lords are. Like, it's not... I'm going to have 56 instead of 57 Hydras in that first game. It's not the biggest deal ever. So I could morph them anyway, but I do feel like against Terran, those little early game details really do matter. Because Terran, very often, like the best Terrans in the world, what I noticed... well, I haven't... have I played against the best Terrans in the world with my Zerg? I'm not sure. I've played against really good Terrans. Probably not like super, top tier, like the absolute best Terrans, but I've played against really good ones. And how they usually kill you is they are so sharp with their timings that if you have like, like a couple mistakes in your build, or like you're just like a little bit off, like you very often just die. So against Terran, I do think if you can save 50-50, you probably want to do it. It's kind of hard to see it matter with this specific build, but I guess we'll see. Now, our opponent is going for a normal expansion, so I guess that is nice. I could probably still get these couple links out before the Reaper. I'm not 100% sure. This could be stupid. Oh, okay, he was... my eye was itching there. Sorry, he was waiting in front of my... that's a good move, by the way. He was waiting in front of my base with the SCV so he could see my Zerglings leave. Which means I'm just going to keep them up here on the Reaper cliff. Maybe I can get like a little bit of a surround if he jumps exactly right there. Now, I wonder what his approach is going to be to this. He could either be extra careful, or... I'm kind of surprised he hasn't gone in for a scout yet. Maybe he was afraid that the links were over... I guess maybe... yeah, that's probably what went on there. I'm trying to read him as best as I can. As good as I can. And I think he probably thought the links already passed the SCV, that he missed them. Because otherwise, the Reaper should be here scouting right now. Pretty much. Like, there's no reason for it not to be here, right? So... I think that's what happened. I'm going to make the second gas already. Should I... I'm going to morph them just because he hasn't seen anything. I think that sounds reasonable. I'm going to morph them. I'm going to be able to kill the Reaper, which is quite nice. There we go. I'm going to lose 1 Zergling for it. At least... it's kind of weird with these speed zones, but he should be losing that. Okay, there we go. That is dead right now. I'm going to send 1 up there. Start the Hydra. That is not a Hydra then. That was the wrong tab. I mean, both Hydra and Hatchery start with H, I guess, but still not the right tab. Let's see, what does he have over here? I'm not really 100% sure about doing this, guys, but like the thing is, this is also going to commit all of my Zerglings. Okay, so he sees it now. Wait, he only just switched the add-ons? I think he only just switched the add-ons. Let's see, what does he have? Okay, he's not... Okay, no, he does have 2 Hellions already. Yeah, I don't think I really want to fight against... Oh, that was a mismicro by him. No, I think against 4 Hellions, I want to dip. Like, there's no way I'm going to be able to make something happen here. We have to be smart. That is... Cloak Banshee's building right under my nose, which is kind of funny, actually. Especially because I'm going for Hydras. But, yeah, we have to make the right choice here and just back off. 1 Marine... He's not going to be killing those overlords, so I think we should be completely fine. He hasn't been mining from his natural all this time, which I definitely think is pretty good for us. Now, do I make spores against those banshees, or do I just kind of imagine that he's going to cancel it? I don't think I want to take that risk, to be honest, especially because we did a bit more economic damage than I would have expected, to be honest. So I think we can probably afford to make a couple spores. I mean, it's only 2 spores, right? I saved all of my Zerglings. I'm going to make an Overseer to scout him with. And then, I mean, we still have to go for the Dropper strategy, right? Like, I still want to get, like, a massive amount of Hydras into his main base. That's the main plan here. I also don't want to lose any more Overlords. If you look at the supply, an Overseer is probably going to be okay to scout, unless he went for a Viking. Okay, there we go. He is going to not kill that drone, apparently. Okay, now he is. Yeah, let me run away so I don't lose an extra one. It's a little bit of damage, not that crazy. Okay, wait, that looked like he was going to go for Cyclo... This is a weird setup. Is he going to go for Blue Flame? Why? He has so many freaking Hellions. No, come back here. Stop doing that. Okay. Well, that's a pretty decent scout. I think it's time for me to go for the Dropper Lords. I have the exact amount of drones that I want, I guess. Well, no, this is enough Hydras for sure. I can probably move my Lynx out now. If he runs by with the Hellions, it's going to be okay. Gonna start a couple more Overlords. That's one thing I don't really do yet as a Zerg. It makes a lot of sense to do it as a Zerg, but Zergs tend to kind of make too many Overlords at the start and then just make units non-stop and kind of, instead of kind of doing both all the time. See, if he moved... Oh, he did! He moved out with his Hellions! I'm gonna be able to kill that. Guys, I have enough Hydras. No, I think he's gonna lose that base. I think he's actually gonna lose. It's gonna be... No, the Hellions came back just in time. Oh, that was close, guys. That would have been freaking beautiful if I could have made that happen. Sadly not. But it really... Oh, that would have been so good if I got that, but it is what it is. Now, I do have a bunch of Hydras. Oh, I got both upgrades already. Okay. I kind of thought I wouldn't have the second upgrade, but I guess I do, so that's really nice. Now, he sees that I don't have a third base. At least I imagine that he checked for that. Oh, that is... Okay, that's what... I was trying to hide those, and then he scanned them. Oh, man. That's pretty unfortunate as well. Okay, well, let's see what we can do. I'm still going to go for a big drop. He might see them, but that's... Yeah, I mean, we still have to go for it anyway, right? So it doesn't matter. I do have to say, I feel like his build didn't look the most efficient, to be honest. So maybe our attack is gonna hit like a truck. At least that's what I hope. Because his build, he was kind of doing something weird where he had like double tech lab, and I feel like he was a little scared more than anything else. Okay, so there, what is there? There's not much there, really. I feel like I should drop on top of that. I think his army is going to be largely in the main base, right? Let's see. What does he have? He has a bunch of Marines. I could probably fight those. No, well, he does have stim. That's the thing. He does have stim, so I need to be very careful. Okay, I'm going to get the rest of my Hydras to the front. I wonder if I can still break through anyway. I mean, this is a lot of freaking Hydras, guys. And there's only one tank there, right? There's only one tank. I feel like we could probably break through this. Here we go. Yeah, let's see what I can do. A little bit of a... I could probably just target down that base. Okay, but he's going to fight. I have the Lynx. The Lynx are going to come in at such a good time, guys. Here we go. Okay, I mean, the Hydras are absolutely popping off right now. Look at these freaking Hydras, guys. The Hydras are freaking shredding through the SCVs, through the Marines, and also through the tank, apparently. Did I just break him at the front? Guy, I swear this strategy is so good. Guys, please play mass Hydras in your games, man. Like, what is that? How is that so strong? I mean, I still need to be a little careful because these are all very low HP. I could just drop into his main base as well, though. Don't forget that. I have the utility there. Oh, this could be like a nice little bit of a fake here. I'm just going to drop them down here. And then I'll go back into the front. I made a lot of Zerglings. Okay, here we go. The Overseer is going to give me the scouting information that I need. Let's see. Okay, the tank is still there. I can run it to the natural. That's probably the best idea that I have here. He does have combat shield now, so that's something that I'll have to be a little more scared of. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to hide the links for now. I think the tank is probably moving a little bit closer as we speak. Let's see. Yeah, okay, there we go. And I have the links coming in at the perfect time. Every time is so nice. He's going to be losing the SCVs on the right side if I split the Hydra. Dude, how strong are these units? This is so crazy to me. I literally busted him just at the front while he saw everything coming. Oh my goodness. I swear, it's just the best strategy ever. We're playing against Harsum, guys. His Terran has gotten so much better. 5.6k MMR. Higher than my Zerg usually. That will bring him about rank 80 Grandmaster. He scouted our strategy. He scanned the Hydras. He had a wall with a tank behind it, and we still freaking broke him. Like, this strategy is crazy. He had 1-1 stim and combat shields. I mean, I have the Hydra upgrades, but I didn't have any +1 attack, +1 armor, nothing like that, and just absolutely destroyed. Guys, I'm telling you, this build is so strong. You have to try this against Terran. Like, you're going to need a little bit of flexibility with the strategy to sometimes transition out of it or back or, you know, create some loopholes or whatever. But this is so freaking cool. And that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoy this hour of me destroying Grandmasters with Hydras. Make sure to leave the unit you want to see next in the comments. I'll probably post a comment myself to remind you guys, but I am tired. This was a very long recording. Hope you guys had a fantastic time. If you did, make sure to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Adios.